Hello and welcome, my Sagittarius Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Crosswatchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, or my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one on the way. First one is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version of Words of Grace. There's a link in the description box if you would like to click it. You will be able to preview the first chunk of it for free, including the table of contents. You will see that it is primarily divided into chakra chapters. There are chakras in the reading. You may find it helpful with the original PDF of Words of Grace, which is a Fellini film fest compared to the Kindle version. Well, that one's in my digital store on patreon.com/Drawing the Circle, as well as the only place to find Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch, my first book. There are also audios and videos there for purchase. Anyone can shop. You don't have to be a subscriber on Patreon to do so. But some of my subscribers, depending on their level of subscription, get those ebooks, those audios, and those videos. All the audios and videos now have free previews, so you can go watch a chunk of them for free. Small chunk, but a chunk, right? All of my subscribers pretty much get the same benefits. They get a daily check-in with me pretty much every single morning. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link. We talk and chat. Made a new word. What kind of? We talk about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with some kind of spiritual practice, a prayer, a blessing, something to send us on our way. It's the best way for this witch to start the day, considering what I do for a living. They also get the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my timeless readings are timeless, well, obviously, and they are relationship stuff based. They also get a special discount when it comes to booking me for private sessions, spiritual counseling, and readings. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. But it is the coolest thing I've ever done. We're getting more and more free followers, which is great. I put out content specifically for them. My subscribers see it too, but you know, I don't usually share that stuff. Sometimes it's just advanced content, if not completely exclusive. And I love it. You can follow us for free as a seeker or a human for 7 days, or I can jump out the last day and not have to pay. But if you want the discount, you stay for a month and just book me in that month and we're good to go. Otherwise, I cannot recommend it enough. I love Patreon. I know a lot of people are doing it, but it has been the best thing I've ever done for my work, career, and vocation. So if you feel so called, click the link, check it out, look at the menu, and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons. Just call me Mal. Hey. Hi. Oh, it's so good to be back to work, doing what I love. So let's do some explanation for the new Sagittarians and Crosswatchers, and then we'll jump into the divination. Hi, new Saggies and Crosswatchies. This is what's called a 3-level of power reading. 3 levels of power I learned from Caroline Myss, MYSS. She is a PhD, a brilliant author, brilliant spiritual teacher. Sacred Contracts, Anatomy of the Spirit, Defy Gravity, Entering the Castle, on and on and on. They've all been life-changing for me. And there is a link in the description box to a video that Caroline does about the 3 levels of power, 3 symbolic archetypal lenses that you can look at some larger things in your life, like in this case, life purpose, through, in this case, work, career, and vocation. I've been doing these reads for clients since I learned about it, I think in the early 2000s. So I do these for myself, and I certainly do these for clients, and offer them as part of the spiritual counseling process as well as needed. And we're going to be doing 11 cards total. We're going to take 3 Caroline Myss archetype cards. What a coincidence that she shows up yet again in a reading to get what's going on in the 8th chakra. I learned about the 8th chakra in her book, Anatomy of the Spirit, a long time ago. And it acts like a satellite sending down the codes, the archetypal soul powers to be alchemized from from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxicity to health, fear to love, and shifts the electromagnetic dynamics of all the chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and what we repel, whether we are aware of it or not, so we have the opportunity to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in our soul contracts, our life purpose, and we can keep reincarnating over and over and over, but I'm trying to leave it on the dance floor this time, so maybe I can go somewhere else for a little while and come back when this place is completely transformed into a better world. But hey, I gotta do what I came to do in this life. So we're gonna get 3 of these, one for work, one for career, one for vocation, so what's going on in your 8th chakra for each of those. Then we will get 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the next 4 chakras down: heart, throat, third eye, and crown, the internal feminine energy. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, we'll just give them a little riffle shuffle. We'll get the lower 3 chakras, the masculine yang dynamic, root, sacrum, solar plexus, with the mythic tarot, relationships in the physical world, looking at yourself from the outside in, you looking from the inside out at different people, places, and things. All of those are going to be face down. We're going to get all 9 of those down, and then we'll flip them over: work, career, then vocation. Then we'll get a whisper of Lord Ganesha, Angela Hartfield, brilliant work. Ganesh, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, and 3 atoms in between, lead and gold, and spiritual alchemy. So we look at those as archetypal obstacles, so to speak. And we will end with a Macon healing mantra card, because it's always about healing, right? It's always something to heal, right, within ourselves. And these mantras work if you work them. So those are the 11 cards, so no surprises, except to say that, yes, work, career, vocation is about how you survive, your creativity, as well as your spiritual calling in your life purpose on a larger scale. So sometimes these are about money and finances and that stuff, but also relationships pop up in it a lot, because how many people have we met through our work, through our career, and through our vocation? So I think that's enough explanation. Let's do the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I promise I will do anything to help, well, within my power, to help anybody fulfill their life purpose, because as one of us does, all of us get a little bit closer, because every day is a winding road, but you know, we get a little bit closer. Wisdom of the crow. Shall we? Just shift. Mercury is still retrograde at the time of this timeless recording. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. It's one of my favorite spiritual practices, and it's only 2 words. Follow along if you like. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Pantheons of the Divine, I need 3 Caroline Mace archetype cards, face down, for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers, giving them the clues, tips, and hints that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health and fear to love in their life purpose. But first, for work, what's going on in the 8th chakra of their work, what's going on in the 8th chakra of their career, and what's going on in the 8th chakra of their vocation. There you are in this timeless work, career, vocation read. Like I said, not looking at those until we get all the chakras on the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please, 3 cards face down. Heart, third eye, crown, internal dynamic, for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers, to help them in their internal world, in their work. What's going on there? For their career, that felt good, and for their vocation in this timeless work, career, vocation read. 3 more face down, and then we'll start flipping. Mythic Tarot, masculine dynamic. Please take a nice deep breath. Order and method. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, please, 3 cards face down. Masculine dynamic, lower 3 chakras, relationships in the physical world. For the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross watchers. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras in their work. What, that's just one card? Yes, it is. Just checking. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras in their career. Oop, whoops. I saw what that was. Whoopsie. And this is a good card. And what's going on? Lower 3 chakras in their vocation. Just remember I said about relationships, okay? Because I think some of you are going to like that. Maybe not. So, let's start with work. In the 8th chakra of your work, ooh, you got the Addict archetype. Now look, you can have an archetype, a reason, season, or a lifetime, or be dealing with someone who has the archetype for a reason, season, or a lifetime. It's still your healing to do. The Addict archetype is a wild card family. There are 9 different families or groups, and as horrible as any archetype sounds, that's in the lead, the gold is always as brilliant and bright and wonderful, and vice versa as well. So, the shadow attribute, or the lead, 3 atoms in between the 2, that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, released, forgiven, whatever you want to call it, surrendered. So, the lead compromises integrity and honesty. Whoa, no, you gotta reincarnate for that. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And literally, an addiction can pull the spirit energy out of your body and go somewhere non-local. And that's when the immune system suffers and, you know, we fall out of alignment. It's part of the journey, by the way. The light, the gold you're shooting for here, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So not just within yourself, but in other people, right? People are really, really good at hiding that stuff. And by the way, everybody has addictions, right? They're written into the script before we even draw breath into any of these lives, right? So it's not something to beat yourself up for, but it is lead begging for more love to be alchemized into gold. So, heart, third eye crown. Got a court card, the Mother of Cups. The Cancerian card here, that would be King of Cups. In traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, Namu, Ocean Goddess here. Definitely about the emotional stuff. Now, Cancerian, 4th house energy, the home, but cardinal water, right? Creative water, like amniotic fluid. I know it's a bit of an intense image there, but an aquatic environment in which life is created, right? So there is creative power here in your work. Now, if you're an empath or you have any planets in Cancer, then certainly you feeling, if something feels off with somebody in your work situation, or you're feeling very emotional, or of course, the real shadow side of that would be self-medicating in any way, shape, or form to not deal with those ever-changing emotions. Different than Pisces, right? Pisces is mutable water. There is something creatively powerful here in your work. What's going on? Well, and here we go. We got the 6 of Wands on the outer, very solar plexus. Your integrity, right? Compromises integrity and honesty. That's solar plexus. Your solar plexus is your personal power, your relationship to who you want to be in the world, your honor code, your boundaries, all of that stuff. So certainly, oh, this, by the way, is the myth of Jason and the Argonauts. He got the golden fleece with the help of a lot of people along the way, by the way. But he did it. But he's not done with the quest. He's about a little more than halfway through. So there is a victory here. And perhaps there even is some visibility here. But with that creativity of the Cancer on the inner, that water and the fire on the outer, this feels much healthier, more probably towards the gold than the lead. Just from that. That feels really good. See what's going on in the career. Ooh, the Femme Fatale. Morticia Adams, please pick up the black courtesy telephone. Off black. The shadow of the Femme Fatale. This is another wild card. You got 2 wild card archetypes in a row here. What do you see? What the the mythic tarot is? The shadow attribute: inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. I'm Generation X, so yeah, I've had my femme fatale energies come and go within me, let alone within other people. But catch this. This is interesting. This is a very Dita Von Teese vibe I'm getting. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected, right? Because codependence is just another form of addiction. So if this is an office, career, sexual weirdness or romance thing, well, let's look at the heart, third eye crown, and here we have Chokhmah, the 8 of Blades, desert goddess. Chokhmah is also one of the spheres in the Kabbalistic tree of life, usually associated with the third eye, I believe. It's either third eye or throat, definitely air element. You know, juggling them scimitars, right? Those scythes, if you will. Those sickles. So there is a decision. Now, this is mental, so we're very much looking at third eye, third chakra, not just what you're thinking about it, but the choices and decisions that you will make with your willpower in your third eye. So imagine being dropped down into the middle of the Sahara Desert without a compass, right? Doesn't matter which way you go, yeah, but how do you know, right? How do you know that which way to go? And because we got the 2 of Cups here, I warned you. 2 of Cups, this is the myth of Eros and Psyche. Eros, the son of Aphrodite and Ares, the god of love, god of romantic love. And Psyche, a princess, if I remember correctly, who, long story short, man, this is a true love story in its initial stages. Now, the second chakra, one-on-one relationship dynamic there feels like need not necessarily be romantic, but with that femme fatale thing, it's like really pay attention to dependencies here, because second chakra and throat chakra, which might be in that 8 of Blades, both of those are where addictions, those lessons tend to be healed, right, and worked on there. So if this is a romantic thing, if there is a craving that will never really be satisfied from the outside, it never does, like a sugar high, then certainly to look at this powerful energy of what are you like, or what is anybody like when their dependencies are rejected, right? We have to eventually fall back on our own love, on our own power, our own spirit, our own soul. Psyche is the Greek word for soul, as well as butterfly. So look at those stages of transformation we go through. And it's a brilliant power, the femme fatale. Feminine, I mean, though this is not a feminine family archetype, there is something very magnetic, right? Like, you're going to be running all over the place to get this done when you come into alignment. All right, vocation, spiritual calling, and the bully. This is a doozy, Saggies. Yeah, a doozy here. The bully archetype is an action family. So this is about actioning your spirituality, right? Your mystical power, that kind of stuff. The lead conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. I mean, I was raised by an entire society of that, being a gay male growing up, born in 1968. I know, I don't look at things. The light attribute, this is the goal that is so important, highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Don't stick a pin in that. I am Mars conjunct Leo rising, so I intimidate people. I'm completely unaware of it. I'm also tall, right? I got like purple black hair. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you, and I think that's where the spiritual power really comes in, giving those voices the love that they need to be acknowledged, right? Seen, felt, heard, so that those energies can then alchemize and not just leave your energy field as gold, right? Bringing you gold and wisdom, right? That you can never lose, but really helping heal the world. So that's when we see addicts, femme fatales, and bullies acting in really hard ways in the outside world. That's our opportunity through quantum unity to heal our, what Course in Miracles would call our corner of the garden, right? It says just tend your corner of the garden, your own internal world. And remember, there are some creative victories here as well in the workaday world. So inside of that, whoa, well, here we go. 5 of flames would be 5 of wands. Pele, the volcano, not the soccer player, just to clarify. Yeah, no, this is the volcano, right? This is something's been building up and building up and building up and building up and boom. Right, well, lava at that point once it reaches the Earth's surface. So this could be passion, this could be rage, this could be wrath, the deadly sin of the heart chakra, according to Caroline Mason, Defy Gravity, but very creative. 5s are numbers of change, so I don't always see 5s as, you know, turbulent, traumatic, and it's minor arcana. These are things we go through. They're not major stages of our lives. No major arcana so far. Well, until now, man. Woo, the Judgment card. Hermes, the messenger god, but as psychopomp, the guide of souls. And keep in mind, we have psyche, soul there as well. Something is being revealed. This could certainly be you really looking at how you're actually feeling, how your own fears are intimidating you, and making a final judgment call on here. Now, I just want to say, with Chokmah here, that really means that what you're thinking about this is in process, right? When we think of the 8 of swords, right? It can be blindfolded and bound, right? Can't by our own thoughts, our own thinking processes. And yet there might be someone in a one-on-one relationship here that could actually help you see this differently if you're willing, and Sagittarians usually are, right? They're Jupiter, 9th house, spirituality and expansion. So perhaps something is lower 3 chakras. It's a major arcana card, usually means all of those chakras in that zone are working in unity. So to pay attention spiritually, like feel out the room. If you are intimidated and being bullied, 'cause sometimes people do it in very passive aggressive ways, right? So it's not always the overt narcissist. It could be the covert narcissist, like these subtle threats with a smile on their face, right? Woo. Yeah, been there, done that, have the burnt t-shirt, and yes, I have evolved, I have exploded, I have had my Pele moments, but fire is the element of transformation, right? You can't unburn a cookie. That is the alchemy here, so that might be your leverage in this one, and I have to say, Hermes as psychopomp, he's a lovely guide of souls. So, interesting dynamic here for sure. Let's ask Lord Ganesha what his guidance for y'all is in terms of removing the obstacles. Again, god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. Let's see what he has to say. Please take a nice deep breath. Ah, still pumped. Ganesha override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesha, what is your loving, wise, empowered oracle message to help thee, Sagittarius Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and their crosswatchers alchemize their shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, fear to love, and illusion to truth in their life purpose through their work, career, and vocation for this time? Let's read. Acceptance. The full belly. The full belly of Lord Ganesha. Card number 39. Gonna read it from the bookie book because I can't remember all of these words. And almost opened right to it. There is great freedom in accepting things as they are. Now, stick a pin in it, obviously, you know, with the addict and the bully and the femme fatale on the table, we'd be like, well, that's not going to solve anything, but it's a deeper kind of acceptance. You cannot move forward on your path until you release some of the blame, anger, and sorrow that you have collected on your life's journey. In other words, we carry a lot of stuff with us, a lot of feelings that go unprocessed, and it drags us down. It slows us down, right? So we got to start with that. It's like, yeah, I've been carrying some stuff, maybe even with that Cancerian energy there in your work. Ganesha is asking you to forgive those from the past who have hurt you and to be willing to forgive yourself too. I mean, that seems to be a key. Course in Miracles says there is no healing without forgiveness anyway, but it's quantum forgiveness, probably not the type we were raised with. Open your heart to the world outside and to the one within, so no one's getting left out of this, right? This deeper state of recognition and acceptance is what pushes you forward in your spiritual adventure. Love without judgment, and live without predetermined opinions. Accept and express your true self. The ego is beginning to align with the soul, which is the whole gig, honestly. Awakening, ascension, whatever you want to call it, healing. What a relief! You don't have to control everything, fix everything, and know everything. Oh. Just breathe that in. If you have been overly serious and tense, you now start to remember happiness. You may find that you can laugh at things instead of getting infuriated, right? So those fears that bully us, they're conditioned. They're not who we are. We're not our thoughts. They come and go like air. We're not our emotions. They come and go like water. We're not our desires and our choices and decisions. They come and go too. And we're not our bodies, right? They come and go as well. We are the immortal soul and the eternal spirit within it all. We're really lovely underneath it all, no doubt. Your contentment in life improves dramatically when you harness your ability to look at the world from a more spiritual perspective. The image of Ganesh holding a banana. Oh, he's got a banana, nana. It's hard to know when to stop spelling that. Symbolizes humility, which is knowing that you don't know, but you're willing to be shown, surrendering your thoughts on stuff, and an awareness of not placing too much importance on your thoughts or beliefs in this situation. And you know what? That can very much be. If your dependency has been rejected, that femme fatale in the shadow, and attachment to money and power, you know, that kind of stuff, then certainly looking at this from a higher perspective would be helpful. But first you got to accept, maybe I'm not looking at this the best way, and be gentle with it. His potbelly signifies the bounty of nature. It is said that Ganesh consumes the sadness of the universe and protects the world. Learn to honor the values of others that may differ from your own. Honor them. Doesn't mean you have to agree with them to honor them, right? See the beauty of diversity. Once you see this beauty, it will open you to recognizing and accepting the beauty that resides within you, which is true of all of us, right? They say beauty is skin deep, but underneath that beauty is the beauty that never changes. And it's just radiance. Lovely. Last card down. Matt Kahn Healing Mantra. Please take a nice deep breath. This is the one that puts it all together usually. Still. Ascended Master Override. Ooh, a place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra? To assist the Sagittarius Collective and their cross-watchers to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, shifting from toxicity to health, pain to peace, illusion to truth in their work, career, vocation, in this timeless work, career, vocation read. Hearing inner guidance. Who just got this? Scorpio just had this. That's why it seemed familiar. It was the last one I did. So, this is about stillness. This is about silence. This is about a little meditation, and can very much be what's being indicated here as well. So, intuition, every chakra has its own intuitive voice, so keep that in mind. It's not always so very third eye or solar plexus can save your life, sometimes more than the third eye, or at least save your sanity. Like when you feel like, ooh, something's off, right? Just go with it. Something's off, pull back, reassess. My intuition flows whenever I am still. And it's true, little by little by little, very incremental, but it does work. When you hear inner guidance, you receive an affirming and defining moment of inspiration. It can be a new direction, a new way of seeing old patterns, and bingo was its name-o, or an enchanted idea that is delivered in your own voice out of the silence. When inner guidance is heard, you are ready to either hunker down into the healing benefits of your current circumstances, which is feeling sort of necessary here. You've got to accept it to do that, right? or move forward into a brand new chapter, which usually comes after, right? In either case, this is an opportunity to further align with your soul by embracing your needs. This mantra is ideal for resolving restlessness, becoming a better listener, particularly within your own energy field, and more open-minded. And, you know, Sagittarius are kind of known for being very open-minded, like pretty much up for everything. I got lots of Sag sun sign friends that are just always a good time. So, you know, to take that time to reflect, right? To sit in silence without the mind necessarily running the show. And of course, you know, Zazen, Buddhism, mindfulness, Eckhart Tolle, right? A billion different ways to enter into that in terms of spiritual practice. But certainly it does feel like there's a one-on-one relationship here that might be draining to one or both of you, right? The inner fears that are going on, things are being revealed in the outside world, but as a result of, I would say, your spiritual power, of really looking at the thoughts that bully you, that intimidate us, because I still have them, but I also know that they're not my thoughts. They're just electromagnetic wavelengths, like the element of air, floating in the air, and it's okay to be the silent witness of that. So it's a good mantra to apply here. My intuition flows whenever I am still, and I'll be honest, my intuition flows whenever I am still. Done it, right? Incremental, be very gentle, and now I'm rhyming. So let's put this together in a blessimation, a combination of a blessing and summation, and then we'll talk about cool stuff if you want to hear about it. Please take a nice deep breath. And may we end as we began. Still point. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers who are watching this video, drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to fulfill their life purpose in their work, helping them confront and recognize addictive behavior maybe in themselves and in their own. Everybody's got a touch of it with that creative Cancerian energy there, right? That there is a creative emotional solution here that may well need to be seen or is being seen, but a victory for sure there in their work. So what might have been a huge pain in the ass has actually helped them on the hero's journey. And may they be blessed with all that they need in their career to highlight the erotic energy of the feminine, the magnetic, the internal, the goddess energy, opening their heart when their dependency, an addict vibe there for sure, has been rejected, because there is a decision to be made here, particularly if you don't know which way to go. Difference between a choice and a decision is a choice has a consequence, so does a decision, but usually the decisions are life-changing, in this case on the inner, in what looks like a one-on-one relationship. Need not be romantic, though certainly could be in a general read here, but certainly the attachment to money and power needs to be addressed, and so that in their vocation, their spiritual calling, they can highlight their tendency to intimidate others, helping them confront the inner fears that bully them, particularly when their wrath, their rage, their passion blocked, which is what anger usually is, begins to move up. Can also be a creative surge of Kundalini energy, if you want to look at it that way, which either creates or is a result of something being revealed, a final judgment being made here, as a result perhaps of the new way of looking at all of this, as they remove the obstacles through acceptance, just being where they are. It's okay to be where I am. This is where I am on the journey. I accept where I am on the journey as necessary, that it's not a mistake, it's a miracle in disguise, it's led, asking to be gold as they hear inner guidance, because their intuition flows whenever they are still. And may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that they can be, to be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest versions of themselves in their work, career, and vocation, in the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would be. And so it is. Roar. Hi. That was good. I know, a little heavy, but you know, they can't all be light and fluffy 24/7. I don't get that light and fluffy anymore that much, unless by accident. It does happen. If you liked the video, if you felt it was helpful, gave you some insight, please do hit the thumbs up. It helps other Sagittarians and cross-watchers find the reading. If you want more of me here on YouTube, please subscribe, because we're having a good time. We've been doing this for a while now on YouTube, and I'm digging it, and I'm enjoying it too much, so we're going to keep going. But if you want the deeper dive, the advanced content, the exclusive content, all of the cool stuff over on patreon.com, then by all means you can follow us for free. You can 7-day free trial us as a seeker or a human. You can subscribe and get all sorts of different benefits depending on what you're doing, but some of the benefits that my subscribers get, they get the daily check-ins, which I love. Favorite thing to do in the morning, after coffee of course. They get the timeless, extended timeless reads, as well as they get the significant discount. You can shop in our store. The digital stuff, the audios and the videos now have free previews, which I love. They keep giving us cool stuff. We're even on Spotify now because of Patreon. I love them. I love my Patreon. It's fabulous. I love it. So if you find yourself in a creative mood, go check it out for yourself as well as a creator, because they're just wonderful. I've been taking private session clients for a very long time. Work-Career-Vocation reads, just one of the many things that I do to help my clients and my students when they are in need. So there is a video in the description box, a YouTube video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal, that will explain everything you ever wanted to know about booking a private session with me, but perhaps were a little intimidated, afraid to ask what I do, what I don't, my boundaries, what I charge, the Patreon discount, how we do video reads. It's a conversation. You're in on the reading with me in the moment, right? We Zoom record it. I send you the recording. You download it. You tell me you downloaded it. I delete it. That's confidentiality. But the most important thing, I say in that reading, I will die on this hill as needed. I have never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. I won't do it, right? Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way. We've always worked it out, and we will continue to do so. So click the link. It's a fun video. It makes my mom laugh, and I'm into it too. So yeah, come book private sessions with Mal if you like. And look, this may seem like a really rough read, but I can also see it very much as a cross-watcher read or a Sagittarius dealing with this in their work, career, vocation through other people, right? So, you know, take this in bit by bit. I would say after you watch this, wait a few days, maybe a week, and then watch it again and see if you get what? A different perspective, and you can see how much you've accepted along the way, right, with Ganesh helping there. So you've got this. I believe in Sagittarians. You guys really have access to inspiration with that Jupiterian thing, Jove, Zeus, or jovial and fun. So, you know, hang in there, and if you need help, you know what to do. Reach out. I'm here, or, you know, make the prayer. Otherwise, I know you got this. Hang in there. Heal. Hail. Farewell. And blessed be.